Hi, good morning students. Welcome back for session 3, input and output memory devices. In previous 2 sessions we discussed some input and output devices. Input devices like a keyboard, a mouse we discussed, and in the output devices in session 2 we discussed about some monitors and its categories and specifications. In this session number 3 we are going to discuss about some printers, how the printers will work and how the categories classified printers and what are all its specifications. We'll discuss about printers in this session, dear students. So, what are all the devices we are given some information about devices. So, just these are all a brief knowledge about devices, dear students. Don't think this is a maximum information about the devices, because we have some limitations. Especially for our syllabus, for first PUC, we have some limitations because we are not giving fully explanations about these devices, because these devices, just brief introductions we are given in this class. In higher classes, you will get the detailed knowledge about the devices and how these devices will be operate, and all these things, informations you will coming to know in the next classes. Okay. Then in this session, especially for the printers. So, dear students, one thing, when we will give the name printers, automatically in our mind one concept will come. The printer means it will print the document what we have in the computer, or it will print the document through any other devices. Like that we have one knowledge about the printers. Yes, of course, that's correct. But printers we have not only for the printing purpose. The printers nowadays in printers itself, a lot of improvements are coming. Through the wireless we have a chance to print the document. We don't need any wire for the document printing, and also LAN printing available, and also wireless through the phone we have a chance to print without any wire, and all these inventions are going on the printers. And color printers we have, laser printers we have. So a lot of configurations are coming for the printers also. How the electronics are, we have some knowledge about the electronics. Like that here also we have so many advanced technologies coming in the printers also. So let us discuss one by one what are all the printers and how these printers will work and what's its specifications. So dear students, if I coming to the exact concept of the printer, if I want to define the printer means, first of all you know about a printer is also a one hardware device. Printer is an output device used to print the documents, to print the text, to print the graphics, to print whatever we want through some device. That device is what we called as printers. So, in printers also, we have some classifications. What are all the classifications of the printers? If they asked a question, we have 2 classifications of the printer, dear students. Based on the working principle, configurations, printers are classified into 2 types. One is impact printers, second one is non-impact printers. Impact printers and non-impact printers. See, before going to the classification, after definition, we want to learn about 2 major concepts, that are hard copy and soft copy. So dear students, what is hard copy and what is soft copy? Hard copy means whatever the documents present in the computer, the documents we are getting a print out in the through printers. If we have a chance to touch and feel the document, that type of the copy is what we called as hard copy. Hard copy. That means whatever the sheets we have, after printing, yes, we have a chance to touch the sheet, touch the document. That is in a physical form. That type of the copies are called as hard copies. Means with the help of the printers, printed document will be present on the sheet. Yes, users are able to touch the document by our hands, touch and feel. Yes, we have to feel the touch and the document. That is a physical presence of the copy. Yes, that is what we called as hard copy. And also, dear students, we have a chance to save the same document in our computer by using memories. Whatever the memory type, whether that is in a primary or a secondary, that's a different part. But yes, we have a chance to store the same document in a computer by using memory. That is what we called as soft copy. That is soft copy. That means these documents present in the memories of the computer. Then, dear students, now you are getting one knowledge about what is hard copy and what is soft copy. How to differentiate these two copies means physically present sheets presented on the document. Yes, we have to chance to touch and feel the document means that is in a hard copy. The same document stored in a computer means that is a soft copy. So this is what two major definitions for your examination. So many times in previous examination they asked the question about what is hard copy and what is soft copy. Once again I will repeat the same definition. Hard copy means the document printed on the physical paper. That document users are able to touch and feel. That type of the copies are called as hard copies. And also the same document if you saved in computer, that with the help of the memory, that copies are called as soft copies. So this is the general definitions of the hard copy and soft copy, dear students. Then let us move the classifications of the printer, dear students. So the next concept, classifications of the printers. So in the printer also we have the two category. One is impact printer, second one is non-impact printers. Then what will be the definition of the impact printer? What are all its characteristics? And what are all the non-impact printer and what are all its characteristics? Let's discuss. See, dear students, impact and non-impact printers, both are the categories of the printers. Based on the working principle and some configurations, the users of requirements, the classifications of the printers are made by two methods. That is what we call as impact and non-impact printers. So, if I coming to the first category, the impact printers, these types of the printers having metal striking pins. Remember the word, dear students, metal striking device or metal striking pins. The heads contains metal striking pins. What is that metal striking pin? Or what is metal striking head? See, dear students, if any printer wants to print the document, it need a striking device. Assume this is in a copy, this is in a page, this is a one sheet, assume. In this particular printer, if you want to print the document on the paper means, you need these kind of the striking device. This device will strike to the sheet and prints the characters like this. Okay, then this is what we called as, this device or this pin is what we called as striking pin or metal striking pin. That's why in this impact printer, these types of the pins are the key role. This will be acting as a key role to print the documents. So this is what we called as a striking pin. This is what we called as metal striking pin. With the help of this pin only, documents will get printed. So this is what we called as a impact printer, which has the striking device, of course. Then these type of the impact printer, because it has the striking device, it will strikes the paper, hence it will produce some sound. Of course, when it strikes to the paper, automatically sound will generate. When continuously this process will be happen, automatically in this type of the printer will generate heat also. Correct. This is a common thing because this continuous process is happening. When the continuous process is happening, striking device is continuously strikes the document, automatically it will get the heat. Automatically it will produce some sound. So this is a characteristic of the impact printer, students. Not only it has striking device, and also these type of the impact printer, it produces heat and noise. Heat and noise. So this is the characteristics, major characteristic of the impact printers, dear students. Then if I coming to the second category, non-impact printers. In detail we will coming to know what are all the major differences between impact and non-impact printer by character wise. We'll see the later, but general brief idea about these two devices. Then let us come to the second category, that is non-impact printers. That is, non-impact printers means this is somewhat opposite to the impact printers. It will not produce any heat, it will not produce any sound. Then how? When these devices doesn't have the striking pins. With the help of some other techniques, that these devices will print the document, hence it will not produce any heat or it will not produce any sound for the printing purpose. Then compared to impact and non-impact printers will print the document very fastly. Very fastly. And impact printers also prints the document in multiple forms. At a time we have a chance to take more than 2-3 copies like that. But in non-impact printer, at a time we have a chance to print a single document. And also we have some limitations in the non-impact printer, but when we are coming to the speed, non-impact printers will lead the speed, but multiple copies will supported by impact printers. So we have some classifications, we have some differences between impact and non-impact printer. Let us see that one. Then you will get the detailed idea about the impact and non-impact printers. Yes, if we coming to the exact some differences between impact and non-impact printer, then we will get some idea about these categories of the printers, dear students. Let us start by one. So, impact printers and non-impact printer categories. So, what are all the some characteristics and features? Not only these characteristics are there, we have some more, but for the maximum difference purpose, we wrote these many differences, dear students. First, I will tell the first major, not the differences, actually these are all the characteristics of the printers, non-impact and impact printers, but how we want to learn by comparing these two types of the printer, then we are getting a very easy for the understanding purpose. So first characteristics of the impact printer, that is, it uses force to print a document by striking pin. Of course, what I said earlier, impact printer will support striking pins. That's why with the help of the striking pin, documents will print. Whenever the striking pin is present in the printer, that printer is an impact printer, produces noise as well as heat. Okay, then if I coming to the same characteristics, when we are coming to the non-impact printers, see, the head, printer head does not interact with the document. Here, there is no striking device, there is no directly interact with the document in the non-impact printer. Yes, this kinds of the printer heads will not at all directly interact with the document. This is the major difference. Then, if I coming to the characters, how many characters per second the printer will print, how to calculate the speed and all these things, if you are coming to the next category means, see here, in impact printer we calculate the characters in characters per second, CPS. They may have a chance to ask the abbreviations, dear students. CPS, character per second. Characters per second. With the help of the characters per 1 second, how many characters will print in this type of the document? So like that we will calculate the speed as well as its specifications will be in impact printer. The same calculations will be made in the non-impact printer in a different method, that is pages per minute. Here in impact printer, that is a characters per second, but here ppm, pages per minute. Per 1 minute, how many pages are printed with this printer? That is what we call as ppm, pages per minute. Per 1 minute, how many pages will print? Like that, DPI, dots per inch. For 1 inch, how many dots will be produced? How many dots will be printed on the document? That is what we call as DPI. So this is the classification. Here characters per second, and here this will be the pages per minute or DPI, dots per inch. Like that we will calculate its speed as well as its consistency. That is what we will going for the calculations for the speed. Then if I come into the third property, of course, as I said earlier, it produces noise as well as heat. Noise or sound it will produce. Of course, with the help of the striking device, it will print the documents. Hence, it will produce the sound as well as heat. But here there is no sound and there is no heat, because there is no striking head, and directly the document will be not at all intact with the head of the printer. Hence, that will not produce us any sound and heat. And if I coming to the one more characteristic, impact printer supports multiple copies at a once. At a time we have a chance, we have to print a multiple copies. That possibility will be not in non-impact printers, because it supports the printer. Transparency printers it will be support, but at a time it will print a single page, dear students. This is the major difference between impact and non-impact printers. And also, if we are coming to some examples of the impact and non-impact printers, in impact we have two major printer types, that is dot matrix and as well as line printers. In the non-impact printer, laser printer, inkjet printer and as well as thermal printer. So these are the categories of the printers, impact and non-impact printers. Now we are going to individually some impact and non-impact printers and its characteristics, dear students. First of all, we are coming to in impact printer, that is a dot matrix printer. How this dot matrix printer will work and how what's all its characteristics and specifications we'll discuss. So if I coming to the exact some impact printers like dot matrix printer and line printers, let us discuss some characteristics of the dot matrix and as well as line printers, dear students. First, I will coming to the dot matrix printer and its some specifications or some characteristics of the dot matrix printers. So in that first one is, dot matrix printers are the most popular serial printers. Dot matrix printers are the most popular serial printers. These printers are major category for the serial, one after another printing type. So that for that category, this will be the most popular printer, that is a dot matrix printer, dear students. And when we are coming to the second characteristics, dot matrix printers prints the 8 to 14 dots at a time, because the name is dot matrix. It will print the document. I will give just one example how the print it will print the document with the help of the dots. Means if I want to print a one document, means for example A, if I want to print, so like this, the A will be printed with the help of the dot, like this. So then that will be, we are treating that as an A. So this is a format the dot matrix printers will print the document. So that's why it will print 8 to 14. Remember the number, dear students. It will print the 8 to 14 dots at a time. For one time, maximum it will print the dots 8 to 14. Then it is similar to typewriters. Some of you may saw the typewriters, some of you didn't saw the typewriters. The typewriters, it looks like a one small device with the keys, and also with the striking device with the rotating wheels for the documents. That's an ancient technology for the printing type, but still we have the typewriters. If you have a chance to see the typewriters in front of some government offices like Taluk office or district level offices, courts, especially district high courts. So in front of that offices, you have a chance to see the typewriters. If you have a chance, just go and see the typewriter, how that will be work. Just see see that typewriter one or 2 minutes you spend the time with the typewriter. Well, it's a very unique you feel when you are typing, because without keyboard, now this is a different method to enter the documents, print the documents. That's a very nice but ancient technology. So dot matrix printers looks like a typewriters, and also dot matrix printers slow and printing speed is 300 CPS. 300 CPS means characters per second. Per 1 second, it will print 300 characters per second. So this is the format of the dot matrix printers specifications. And if I coming to the second printer for the same impact printer, that is line printers. So in the line printers, the first characteristic is line printers are the high speed printers, especially it is in a high speed compared to the dot matrix. Line printers are the high speed printers. It prints the entire line at a time. Very importantly, dear students, you should remember this point. In the line printers, it will print the document entire line at a time. So if I want to print this whole line at a time, means this line printer, yes, it has a chance to print whole line at a time. But here the single characters, but here single whole line will print the document at a time. So that's why it is a high speed computer. And also in the line printer, it will print 150 to 300 lines per minute. For 1 minute, it will print 150 to 300 lines per 1 minute. So that's why a line printer is a fastest printer. For 1 minute, it will print 150 to 300 lines at a time. So that's a major key. So, and also in the third characteristics of the line printers are the large volume printers. Hence, this is the reason whenever we want for the large document printing criteria, at that time we are using line printers, because it is a very fast as well as the prints the 150 to 300 lines per minute. So this is the major point. That's why it is a larger volume printer. And also the last characteristics of the line printer, it prints this is one limitation of this is one drawback of the line printer. line printer prints only one font. It will print only one font. Some other printers like a laser, thermal, or we have even the inkjet printers, and sorry, in the laser printers, we have a chance to change the fonts. But in the line printers, we don't have a chance to change the fonts. It will follow a single font, and also it cannot print a graphics. Graphics means images. These kinds of the printers, it will not print the graphics, because it will print whole line at a time. It will not supported by the graphics. That's why these two are the major limitations of the line printers. That means these types of the printer will not supported for the multiple fonts. It will supported only one font, and also it will not support the graphics to print. And also, of course, it is a noisy. So it will produce some sound. These are all the characteristics of the line printer as well as dot matrix printer category for the impact printer. Now we are going to the second category. Examples: non-impact printers, that are whatever the inkjet printers, laser printers, thermal printers. We will discuss these three printers, okay, in this particular session. Yes, dear friends, if we are coming to the second category, non-impact printers, in that the first one is inkjet printer, thermal printer, as well as laser printers. Now we are coming to the first category of the non-impact printer, that is inkjet printer. Inkjet printer. So in the inkjet printer uses color cartridges. Color cartridges, because as the name said, inkjet printers, this will supported by both. It will be supports color cartridges as well as mono cartridges like black and white. That will be support both. But inkjet printers supports color cartridges, because combinations of colors, RGB, cyan colors, yellow colors, it will be supported by some color combinations to print the document like colors. That is the one major characteristics of the inkjet printers. So as the name said, inkjet printers prints by spraying ink. By spraying ink. See, dear students, in this type of the printer, prints the documents, of course. Here there is no striking device, because it is a non-impact printer. Then how the documents will be printed? By spraying ink. Spraying ink means, usually when you are seeing a computer printing or computer graphics printings, or in your mobile also some spray ink drawings will come. So like that, when sprays the ink on the document, automatically the document will get to print. So this technology is using in the inkjet printer, and also in inkjet printer magnetized plates are using. Magnetized plates for the spray purpose. For the spray purpose, magnetized plates are used to spray the inks. So that is one concept. And in inkjet printer, it supports both color as well as mono. Means it will supports both black and white as well as color cartridges. So these are all some characteristics of the inkjet printers, dear students. So second non-impact printer, that is what we called as thermal printer. So in the thermal printer, the name implies thermal means heat. Thermal means heat. With the help of the heat, if we are able to print the document, which type of the heat, whether that is an electrical heat or some other methods, we'll see that one. But with the help of the heat, if we print the document, that type of the printing technology printer, thermal printer. So electrically heated technology. Nowadays these thermal printers are common in almost all the maximum areas. One example I will give you. When you are going to the ATM machine, you will get the slip of your account details. So if you are withdraw or deposit or whatever, you will get the one slip. Very sensitive paper. On that paper you have a chance to see the prints. That type of the printer is what we called as thermal printer. Electrical heating technology they are using on the sensitive sheets. One example. Not only this one. Not only in ATM. Nowadays in KSRTC buses, they will use the ticket tickets. On that sheet also, you have a chance to see that sensitive characters printing with the electrical technological heating technique. Not only in KSRTC buses, not only in ATM, and also if you are moving to the some billing purpose for the hotels or shops, mall, wherever you just see. These are all the electrically heated technology they are using. But here we have one drawback. In the thermal printer, whatever you print the document, that will be not permanent. It will not be permanent, because after some few days, if you are able to see that one, you just see this one, 4 to 5 days or maximum 6 or 1 week, automatically the printed document will be erased automatically. Because during the atmospherical conditions, it will be erased out very easily. This is the one drawback of this type of the printing technology. But here, and also it is a very expensive too. Compared to other types of the printer, thermal printers are expensive, because here the technology is different. That's why this is somewhat expensive. And special heat sensitive papers are using. If you are seeing that paper, this is not a normal paper. What we are using papers nowadays for the writing purpose, that is not a paper. That is a thin filament sensitive paper, very, very sensitive paper. Based on that paper only, a thermal printer prints the document. So that is a major characteristic of the thermal printers. It needs these kinds of the sheet. Means sensitive sheets you need. And also it is expensive and low quality printing. That's what I said earlier. This type of the printer, of course it will print the document. This is by low quality and also not a permanent. Whatever if you want to print the documents, and if you need that permanently, means this is not a recommended printer, because this is only for temporary purpose. Maximum 4 to 5 days, that characters, that documents will be erased automatically. ATM, billing machines. So nowadays KSRTC bus tickets, so many examples you have a chance to see these kinds of the printers. And if you are coming to the one more printer in the non-impact and the last non-impact printer, that is a laser printer. The name said laser. Okay, so this is a type of the printer, the fastest printer as well as in the non-impact category, and also it will use a laser beam and dry powdered ink. This is the only one printer using printing technology by using the powder. Of course, in a inkjet printer, it uses a color cartridges. Here also some dry powders are there. Even the liquid powders are also there, that for the color purpose. But here, laser printers, color inks are using in the inkjet. But in the laser printers, powder. It's a dry powders are using, laser beam and dry powdered inks are using for the printing technology. And for the laser printers, if I want to calculate the characters, 300 to 1200 dots per inch. Per 1 inches, it will print the 300 to 1200 dots per inch. That it will be prints by gauge. And also laser printers having rotations per minute, 10 to 200 rotations per minute. For 1 minute it will be rotate 10 to 200 rotations per minute. And also a laser printer is a fastest printer compared to these two printers. So nowadays we are using laser printers too for the maximum printing technologies. And so all these non-impact printer and impact printer, it will print the documents. That's all. There is nothing in that other hardware devices like it will be support. But recent printers, as I said earlier, it will support for the network also. It will support for the wireless printing also, and color. So many inventions are happening in the printing technology also. And one more thing I forgot. After printers, we have one more word in your syllabus, that is a plotters. P-L-O-T-T-E-R-S, plotters. So what are all plotters and what are all its characteristics means? See dear students, printers are used to print the documents, that is in the forms of A4 sheets or A3 sheets, the small sheets, legal sheets, these kinds of the sheets. If you on that document, if you want to print, means we are using printers. But nowadays you are able to see in the cities, that is what we are telling, banners, flex. Okay, so with the plastic material, banners and flex, then how they will print? Is there the same technology using it through the printer? Yes, of course, the technology is the same, but we will call that is not a printer, that is a plotter. Okay, plotter is a one hardware device. It acts like a printer, but to print the large documents like flex and banners. Flex and banners, we are using plotters. That means it is also a type of the printer. It will print the document in bigger in size, large documents that may be in a banners and flexes. So this is the plotter, dear students. At last we are going to discuss about one more last output device, that is a speaker. So I will write here itself some speaker. Speaker is also a one output device used to produce the sound. See how to calculate the sound with the help of the unit dB, decibels. Okay, decibels as the calculating gauge unit for the calculating the sound, decibels. And also in a speaker also we have so many categories, that is a mono speakers and stereo speakers. Okay, stereo speakers, mono and stereo. A mono speakers will produce a single category is a sound, because there is no left and right combination of speakers. It will produce a single side speakers, both will be possible by one side. But in stereo speakers, again we have some categories, that is 2.1, 4.1, 5.1 and 7.1, like that. One means here one woofer and two speakers with one woofer, four speaker with one woofer, surrounding technology, rear front technology, sound. So this is what the latest technology about the sound. Speakers, in depth if we want to learn, speakers means we have a chance to see a speakers everywhere in our home. It will produces the sound, but recent speakers, it produces crystal clear sounds with the help of the Dolby Atmos technology, Dolby Digital, DTS. Okay, so we have so many technologies in the speaker, but for your syllabus, what is speaker, what are all the types of the speaker, and what will be its unit, that's enough. By this topic, speakers, plotters, we are concluding, that is output devices. Now we are going to one more unit of this chapter, that is memory devices. Okay, in the next session we are going to discuss about memory devices. Thank you.